Hey, my name is Attorney Walter Rudolph Hnot III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. Let's go ahead and talk about D103 post-filing. What do I do with receipts? All right, so this is super duper important, and not everybody follows it, and that creates a whole problem with having to call them and get them to send us a receipt and yada yada. If you ever have to buy something on behalf of the firm, if you ever have to buy somebody a ticket, like a bus ticket or this or that, it's approved by the firm and you got to buy it and yada yada, and we say, cool, it's okay, go ahead, then keep the receipt because we use it for tax purposes, and we also use it to validate that you did pay the price that you did pay for it, okay? So the bottom line here is that you should always keep your receipts. Always keep your receipts. Always get in the habit of it for yourself in case you ever need to defend yourself for tax purposes before the IRS. Always keep your receipts. And always write on them who was present, what was going on in relation to the company, okay? And the date, if it's not already on it, which most receipts have it on there already, just make sure it's dated. You know what I mean? If it already has it on there, cool, you're good to go. If it doesn't, go ahead and write a date on there. All right, and make sure you sign it. That covers the D103 post-filing. What do I do with receipts? Oh, and then, of course, read receipts. There's other types of receipts. I almost blew that one up. Basically, when it comes to read receipts, like a fax machine, so we use a digital fax system. We have for years. In fact, we've always used a digital fax system. And what that equates to is basically a system where you can, think of it this way, kind of like attach a document into the program, drag and drop it, type in the stuff you want, the phone number, the fax number, click send, and boom, you've just sent a fax. The fax will go off and will basically, you'll get an email, and the email will have, okay, the fax succeeded or the fax didn't succeed. You're going to always, whether it's a fail or it's a success, put that into the vault system. That way we have a record of when we were doing things and when we weren't. And here's why. Somewhere down the line, if we have to write a fee petition up, like what we spent per hour, this much time, this much time, this much time, this much time, this much time. This helps us prove that we sent the fax 3 times, and only on the 3rd time did it actually send out. So we had to spend all of that time as opposed to just this one successful period of time to send that fax out. So always attach those to the vault notes for that person, okay? Other receipts too, if you get a letter in the mail that has some sort of unique writing on it or writing that's important, scan the letter. When in doubt, retain records. Document, retain. Administrative stuff, retain records. And I want to say this, you're going to sit there and go, well, I don't know if that's it. And then some of you are going to be sitting there going, well, of course, any idiot would know that. Always defend yourself from your government. Always defend yourself from your government. Always prepare yourself for some sort of attack, some sort of inquiry, some sort of whatever. Always prepare yourself. Hopefully it'll never happen. I'm sure it will because of how the government is, but hopefully it'll never happen where you get mistreated by the government or anything like that. And always, 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 when it comes to programs and systems, you want commercial establishments to handle whatever the entity is, because the moment the government gets their hands on it, you lose a lot of rights to sue them. You lose a lot of rights when it comes to immunity. You lose a lot of rights when it comes to amount that you can recover. And you lose a lot of rights with that commercial group being watched over by federal government groups to keep them within check. So you never want a federal group to be in charge of anything or anything new for the most part. Except maybe, I don't know, the military. And even then, I question a lot about that. And the reason why is you lose the right to get it fixed within the court system. Because remember, the government always protects itself. If you don't believe that, then go watch any CIA, FBI movie that's out there. It's the government always wins. It wins more often and always wins compared to even a casino in Nevada. So remember, the house always wins. The government wins even more than the house. So just keep that in mind. You never want the government to really have control over things that are important to you or new things. You always want the freedom to be able to make the choice yourself as to what you want to do with it. So let's go back to what do I do with receipts? Back up. Back it up. Back it up. Always back that piece of paper up. Back that document up, scan it, put it in the notes. That's it. Every time you get a receipt, notes. Very important. Okay, that's how I live my life. So it's been working out okay, but we'll see. Always defend yourself from the government, because the government will say, you'll see, it'll come back. We never got the facts. Yada yada yada. Cool. We'll write up a cover sheet with the fax receipt that we have from a third-party fax system, and we'll send it to you. That way you have it. All right. My name is Attorney Walter Hnot, D103, post-filing. What do I do with receipts? And we'll go from there. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.